Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we are growing. We are growing in power right under the nose of the pesky Space Marines. Those meddling kids. And then they pull the mask off one of the Tyranids, and it's the guy from the carnival. Anyway, so we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on building stuff. Cute orders, huh? Oh yeah, Malanthrope's heading over there, that's fine. Go eat up, buddy. Go and eat up. So what are we doing? I'm trying to remember where we're at the moment, actually. So we've got more loyalty buildings building over there. Population is looking great. Over here, again, population's looking great. We're building another building. And then over here, we're going to building before we start development. Okay, that's perfect. Alright. Let's crack on then. Although also, so one thing we are going to need to get soon, for sure, is the Alpha Ovipository, because we're going to want to get some decent monsters. Sorry, some decent heroes. Although we will also want the Broodhaunt for monsters, which I think we're going to build down here. I reckon. Okay, cool. So, Carnifex, we're going to want the... Which one is it? I want to lower the influence upkeep of resource buildings. That's only going to take a turn, so that's actually quite an easy one to do. And I will probably want a Hive Tyrant as well as a Carnifex. These are all quite quick to do now. And then monsters can get more armor. This actually helps Hive Tyrants and Carnifexes, so that's pretty good. That helps Carnifexes out. More guns and more bone mace for Carnifexes. So we could do a lot of upgrades for Carnifexes. So they should get pretty formidable. At least I hope so. So yeah, that'll do. You guys sit tight. Let's end the turn. And let's just hope we can get all this stuff built and researched before any enemies decide to come for us. So scavenger adaptation. The hive mind typically maintains close control over its swarm, directing everything but unconscious actions. But by loosening that control, the smaller organisms can be allowed just enough agency to forage for themselves. So the fact that buildings will cost less influence will have more influence, which we can then spend to eat stuff to get biomass. So actually this is sort of a biomass buff more than anything else. Amazing. Another 20 biomass. Love it. Big fan of that. We're going to keep some in the bank though, because I will want to get some heroes, such as that Hive Tyrant. But first... God, I do really want to get some of the more advanced stuff, like a Trigon. Getting a bunch of Trigons sound amazing. They can build brood hives to initiate subterranean assaults. Oh, and I think a lot of things can actually take advantage of the brood hives, actually. Alright, Carnifex. Let's go. Termagants would be cool too. They spit out Termagants. Termagants are a bit rubbish, but if we can just spit them out of a creature for free, then that's sort of amazing, right? Potentially. But no, let's get the Carnifex. You'll still get the building. Loyalty is a little bit low, so what I'm thinking is we actually start building up things like... yeah, the Alpha Ovipository puts up loyalty a bit. So there's no reason why we can't build one of them. Alright, enemies. What are you playing at, enemies? I think I'm going to eat this forest. Nice. We just get so much out of it, you know. So yeah, all our units can sit tight. I might just put them all on, like, sentry. You know? Anything good over here? There's a 15. I'll eat that. And yeah, let's put all these on hold position. I say sentry, I'm pretty sure that's a civilization term. And I haven't played a Civ game in probably, I don't know, 10 years. But, yeah, that sticks in your head, you know, just one more turn. Anyway, you're fine there. You can now start building Broodhaunts. Alright, I want 2 of these. So these will get us biomass and production. That's fine. Reduces influence upkeep. Oh, and decreases loyalty penalty for city amount. Okay, cool. That's the bonuses we've got. That's fine. Moving on. Carnifex. Carnifex are living engines of destruction, towering monsters of unyielding armoured chitin and knotted alien musculature. They are one of the toughest and deadliest of all the Hive Fleet's warrior creatures, created to spearhead assaults in massed battles. Though the hive mind has since created larger warrior organisms, few are the Carnifexes equal in terms of size to strength, nor in terms of sheer destructive potential. Very cool. Very, very cool. Next up, Hive Tyrant. Yeah, then I'll start getting stuff like the Bone Mace and the Bioplasma, and then the extra armor as well. So it'll be a few turns to get all that stuff. So what, 2, 5, 9, 14 turns. We'll have all of that. That's not actually that many, because it's going to take a few turns to start cranking out Carnifexes. And in fact, we will probably need to start spitting out a bunch of... Oh god, you're going to need loyalty building soon. We're going to need to spit out a bunch of, like, reclamation pools, so we get additional biomass. Because I'm not sure our influence is going to hold very long if I keep spending it all with 2 Malanthropes. And we're going to need a load for that Hive Tyrant. And the upkeep of the Hive Tyrant is probably going to be quite a lot as well, in terms of influence. And population keeps going up, and I keep expanding our reach, which is going to spend more. So there's a lot to do, but this should give us some bonus influence. So maybe I'll go with influence over here. I'll build this. I'll build a, well, claim a tile afterwards. Then build a loyalty building. Then I might need 2, honestly, which is annoying. Or I build 1 and then I start cranking out recruitment buildings of my own. That will give us a little bit of extra biomass as well as loyalty. So maybe just some brood nests so I can crank out infantry. Because I'm pretty sure there's still some pretty good infantry we can get. Yep, lictors are an infantry unit. That's a monstrous infantry. Where is it? Hive guards are infantry. And they might be really useful to have. Raveners are infantry as well, I think. So there's a few infantry units that are actually still going to be quite good. So I think just infantry buildings here might be worthwhile. We'll see. Yeah, just, like, sit tight, I guess. Not you. Okay, moving on. Oh, hang on. Carnifex. Nice. Our first Carnifex is on the way. So they cost 60 biomass to train, which is quite a lot. 4 upkeep. So we are going to be getting through a lot of biomass. Finally, an enemy has died. Finally. It's taken ages for one of them to get lost. And it's the Eldari, of course. They're quite fragile. I feel like if they get caught early, they don't really last very well. Like, a lot of their units aren't very well armoured, so they tend to just get, like, killed too easily. You know, they're not sturdy enough to sort of maintain their empire for very long at the start. It's only later when they get, like, you know, really scary, like, vehicles and what are they called? All the you know, Wraithbone spirit mechs, or whatever the hell. But anyway, barely a morsel these, and their genetic data so simple and constrained. Still, the hive mind can turn that exceptional psychic data to good use in the next strain of zoanthropes. And we have the Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrants are the commanders of the Tyranid swarms and enact the hive mind's will on the field of battle. Though individuals display a wide variety of physical characteristics, all Hive Tyrants are fearsome, hulking monsters that tower over even a dreadnought. They are brutally strong, able to shatter Ferrocrete with sickening ease. Every part of such a beast's body is perfectly created to kill, even the layers of chitinous plating that protect them. A Hive Tyrant is a formidable opponent at any distance, as deadly with ranged weapons as it is with bone sword or claw. Scary. And of course it's 90 biomass. And they have an upkeep of 6 biomass and 9 influence. That is an expensive boy. Quite a powerful boy. So we will definitely save up for that. Definitely. And I suppose we'll start trying to get more biomass. Do more research. Those 20% research bonuses are kind of nice, but I feel like we're doing quite well on research. Anyway, let's get the bone mace. Oh, actually, let's go with the extra armor first, because that'll benefit everybody we're getting. Okay, good. Good. Alright, you sit tight. You sit tight. Yeah, let's just put these on hold position. On everything on hold position except the Malanthropes, because the Malanthropes will be quite useful for grabbing some biomass, you know, when we're able. Okay, you sit tight. That's fine. So what's this city doing still? Still 2 more turns to build a building. And that's still building another Broodhorn, so we get quicker Carnifex recruitment. Oh? They actually took it over. Oh no. Well, now I'm not sure what we do here. It's nearly dead too. That's very annoying. If I attack it, they're going to send... Like, the Orcs are going to be at war with us. So I think I have to just let it be. I think I have to just let it be. That's annoying. That's very annoying. Alright, Killer Cans discovered. Killer Cans Grot pilots put their relative skill with firearms to good use, blowing the Zog out of anything unlucky enough to cross their path. Despite being hardwired into a 10-foot tall killing machine, Killer Can pilots still retain a good degree of grudge and cowardice. As a result, they still believe in safety in numbers and have a bad habit of losing their nerve under fire. It is not unheard of for Killer Cans to waddle about in circles or freeze up entirely at the first sign of danger, which is very funny. Just cowardly dreadnoughts, basically. They're great. I mean, there's some good eating over here. So, let's try it. Boop. Alright, now you can claim somewhere else. I think we're going to grab here and get more influence. We are going to need a lot more influence coming in, if we're going to keep our sort of biomass farms in operation. Isn't that right? Biomass farm. Yes, it is. And then over here, yeah, maybe just more biomass, actually. We'll just go with a couple. And although our loyalty has gone down again. So let's get one loyalty building. Then let's get another alpha repository so I can actually recruit this quickly. And then I will get just biomass, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, it's a tough thing to balance. Everything's growing quite quickly. Okay, so I am in a position to get a Hive Tyrant now, so I get that queued up. You are going to have a Carnifex in one turn. Wow. And we do have another position grabbed. Okay. We don't quite have enough influence to do anything else. It's fine. I wanted the Hive Tyrant building. 7 turns it's going to take. So that's fine. Mostly. Sure, it's fine. Alright, that's all good. Everyone chill. Everybody chill. Or do I just want to grab another tile because I can? I feel like I might as well. Oh, and you need to as well. Okay, you need to grab one. For sure. This will give us bonus biomass. Only a tiny bit, but a little bit. What's kind of annoying is that all of these are giving bonuses to influence and biomass. How do I choose? Which one do I shoot? Anyway, moving on. What's this? Orc City discovered. Oh, did it actually just build so close to us that we can spot it now? So this monstrous shantytown barely merits the name of a city when placed alongside the structures of other races, but it is the closest that the Orcs ever get to urban existence. Battered plates of scavenged metal and stone surround a junkyard filled with crude fighting pits, deep sumps, and pungent mushrooms. Yeah, they just built it so close we can see it now. Properly. I mean, we could basically see it anyway, but I kind of like that you get a hint of what's there, because you can just see the edge of a tile before you actually see the tile. I think that's a really nice way to do a game like this, because it means you get some forewarning if you're running into trouble. But, you know, it doesn't, like, completely spoil everything. It just gives you some sense that maybe you shouldn't go any further or else the enemy will discover you. Which I think is pretty cool. Oh, well, you need to make sure that your waypoint is over there. So the Carnifex looking pretty good. 8 armor, which I think will be 9 armor in a minute. 30 hit points, and it has 3 weapons. So the Stranglethorn Cannon, only 1 armor penetration. It is blast though, and also pinning, so it reduces the movement of enemies that are shot by it. That's very cool, actually. That lets you get the jump on them, because it's range 2. So it lets you get a shot on something and then catch it the next turn. That's really cool. The Spine Banks, again, another blast. No armor penetration, but because it's blast, it will hit everything, so good for, you know, clearing out a lot of infantry. And then the Scything Talons, that's sort of its main weapon right now. 7 armor penetration, 2 attacks at 8 damage each. That's pretty good. Although accuracy is kind of low, but still. That's pretty cool. And we can upgrade the armor penetration. Or we've already done that. I can never tell if it's saying that you can do it or we've already done it. I think if it's listed there, then we've got it already. But anyway, we're going to start queuing up down here. We're going to get maybe 4, 5 Carnifexes and a Hive Tyrant. I think is probably how we're going to do this. Let's not spend any influence yet. I want to make sure that all of our cities are doing things. This one isn't. So let's get... Oh yeah, you really need the loyalty first. Ugh, so annoying. So annoying. Alright, get that built. It's only going to take 3 turns, which isn't too bad. Okay, now... Okay, we can queue up another building if we'd like. I was going to get another... Oh no, that is the ovipository. Okay, then I think I was just going to go biomass afterwards, right? Cool. Okay, enemy turns. Very worried about the Orcs. I really don't want them coming for me. Okay, extra monstrous creature armor. Through a combination of hardened carapaces, disruptive fields, and deadened nerve endings, a hive mind can alter the resilience of large creatures easily. Excellent news. And with a Carnifex Bone Mace, a Carnifex gets a Bone Mace. Okay, you guys are all looking good. You may as well sit tight. You can eat something. And you can build something. Don't know what. Got quite good loyalty right now. So I could start building, like, brood nests here as well. Might not be a bad idea. Construct a synapse node. Do I just want more influence? I think maybe I do. Let's go with more influence. Actually, let's go with more biomass first. And over here, yeah, we're getting more biomass. Lovely. And that's us done. So I do need to queue up more Carnifexes. But I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting enough biomass to pay for them all. But let's get another one lined up. So that's going to cost us most of what we've got. But we can eat something. There's a 20 there, that'll do. So it gives us a little bit more to spend, but not much. Not much at all. This is why we need more influence, but we are losing a lot just from our population going up so quickly. Alright, that's nearly done. I mean, this extra loyalty will actually put our influence up quite a lot. Quite quickly, so that's nice. You need another tile. Let's grab that one. Okay, enemy turns. Just keep fighting amongst yourselves, enemies. Okay, you're all fine where you are. Or are you? Do I want to eat that? Yes, I do. Cool. Maybe I want to move the Tyranid warriors back. Actually, I think the Termagants I actually want to have out in front. I think I actually want these guys to be in front. I'm worried about moving here, though. I guess I'll move there. Alright, how are you looking? So Carnifex is coming out, and it looks like our biomass income's actually gone up quite a bit, which is nice. Maybe I'll put that up again. No, let's get more influence. Let's get more influence. And then you... Loyalty still isn't great. Still not great. So let's build another one. I know, it's annoying to have to spend so many of our building slots on loyalty things. Is there something I can do to put up loyalty? I kind of hope so. But we'll see. And yeah, let's go biomass there as well. Okay, moving on. Okay, enemies. Okay, we have the Bone Mace. And we have a Hive Tyrant. which really ruined our influence income. So yeah, we definitely need to get more influence. The tails of some Tyranids are deadly weapons, from bony protrusions dense enough to cave in the side of a tank to stingers containing enough poisons to kill whole regiments. And of course we have our Hive Tyrant. So 36 hit points, not a huge amount, but 9 armor is really good. Does benefit from that bonus that we got, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go, from the extra monstrous creature armor. Also from toxin sacks. That's really fun too. So against infantry and monstrous creatures we do more damage as well. Not much, but a bit. And we have a bunch of level ups. So, Psychic Scream has some good armor penetration. Not a huge amount of damage, but it does have 7 attacks. And it ignores cover, and has Morale Shock, reduces the damage by the target's morale. Oh, it's Morale Soak. Oh, so I think if they have high morale, this doesn't do as much damage. I think. Attacks penetrate all armor. Wow. Psychic Power and Witchfire. That seems pretty good. It does consume action and movement. So I don't know. Onslaught gives extra movement. Dominion puts up loyalty. That puts up loyalty in all our cities. By 6. I'm pretty sure our everything went up. Also, Powered Bolus for you. So 7 loyalty now. 2 loyalty. That's about to go to 8. 8 loyalty. Okay, that's amazing. I didn't realise he gave loyalty bonuses. That is huge. That has helped so much. I think that's offset his upkeep by a staggering amount. And then I think I'm going to go with Psychic Scream rather than the extra movement. Okay, let's get you down here. That is so cool. What an awesome boy. Also, the card effects does get Living Battering Ram, which gives plus 50% damage. So, how many turns? 3 turn cooldown. That's not bad. Be a very good Alpha Strike to get a bunch of them around a city and just smash its pieces. But it is going to be tough, I think. I think it will be tough to take out a Space Marine city. But that's the plan, guys. We're going to sneak in here with all of our Carnifexes and just destroy the city in one fell swoop before they can get all of their units back. Because Space Marines only have one city, and if you have no cities left, you're out the game. Which means if we can destroy that, that one city, that one capital, they're done. All of their army will turn into just neutral, roaming around, crappy enemies that will hopefully get picked apart. So that's good. Won't have to worry about it. So that's the plan. We just have to destroy that as quickly as possible. Which might work, might not. It's going to be tough, I think, because they are sturdy buildings. But Carnifexes have a lot of good armor piercing. If I can get Carnifexes surrounding it, it's screwed, I reckon. Carnifex Bioplasma, additional ranged weapon. So Carnifex is doing even more damage. I'll take it. Also, Desiccator Larvae. That helps Hive Tyrants. Nice. Tervigans and Tyrannofex is a template weapon. Okay, so this gives Hive Tyrants even more attacks. So that's good. I'll take it. Reduced cost of founding new cities is kind of nice. Increased research gain when enemies die near a Malanthrope. That's kind of cool. Tervigans are cool. Reduced cost of reclamation. Enemies take damage in our cities. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that we missed that is like mega important to have. I think we're okay. An Exocrine would be good. Because they have... because they're artillery pieces, basically. So that might be really beneficial to have some range as well. And Trigon's cool too. Because if a Trigon can create a brood hive, we might be able to like teleport enemies through that tunnel. And that might help us get to that front line quicker. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but it might be useful to have one. Yeah, if we look at their abilities, I think they have one, right? Yep. Tunnels from a Trigon's brood hive to another brood hive. So they can use that. These all can, in fact. So yeah, Trigon might be worthwhile. Maybe do that next. Maybe I'll do that next. Do I want to get another brood haunt? Upkeep his influence for all of this stuff. It's costing us quite a bit. let's just keep going with influence. I need more synapse nodes. And you know what? Another reclamation pool. Okay. We're doing well here. I'm confident with the stuff we can build. We have quite a lot of resources coming in. And we do have the capacity just to like spit out pretty powerful stuff in very few turns. In fact, not quite enough to keep up with it, so I guess I do need more resources, huh? Alright, it's another 20. And you can sentry. I think you can stay there too. You sit tight. You can't do anything right now, but I'm not going to have you just stand there, because at some point I might need to blip to it so I can fight things. Okay, our population's getting out of control. We're going to need to build not a hab block, but whatever those things are called. Hibernation marsupia. With the koalas, yeah, I remember now. Because, yeah, we will hit that limit, and we are already churning out buildings quicker than our population growth is, which is a problem. What affects population growth, anyway? Yeah, I don't know. Growth rate decreases with population approaching the population limit, so it just gets slower over time. Which is annoying, because over time you probably have, like, quicker building. You know, whatevers. So what I might do is turn off... What am I looking for? This one. Turn off a Norn-cyst. Can't turn off a Norn-cyst. Oh, this thing, obviously. I'll turn off one of the megafauna sacs. It's still only going to take one turn. But it means now I should be getting more resources. Because it'll reallocate the population. I'll have to remember to turn that back on at some point, but actually... maybe we'll never need one again, you know? Maybe it's just not important. Okay, here... could get some extra biomass as well. Let's try it. And so we've got nothing in the queue again, which is annoying. But our infrastructure is going up very quickly. Like, if any enemies do start going, oh, hey, look, Tyranids, and come for us, then... oh, hello. Hello, Skull Lord, or whatever your name is. Lord of Skulls. Skull Lord, close enough. Your troops intercept an unsanctioned psychers. Desperate last message to the Imperium. So much war, so much death, so much blood. It's drawing this world through the warp rift closer to his realm, into a realm of war without ending, where the mighty shall die and rise to fight again each morn. My greatest fear was that he would send one of his servants to hurry our arrival, and it is realized. Whatever we do, this planet is Khorne's now. The Lord of Skulls is here. So yeah, Lord of Skulls has shown up, which is fine. It's what he do. It's what he do. It's what he do. Also, we need more population here too, which is a pain. Could turn off one of the buildings, but let's get another card effects on the go anyway. And let's see here. There's some 15s. I think that's probably as good as we're going to get. So, sure. That doesn't give us much. Does not give us much. But that's already building something. This can't build anything because we have no slots left, so yeah, we'll just take over something else. That's perfect. You are building things, and yeah, okay, we have loads of slots left, but not the population. We will in a turn, so this is actually quite well timed. So I guess I'll turn one of these off anyway. Because yeah, that will actually put the speed up for the count effects, which is interesting. It's okay, moving on. Alright. Now I can turn it back on. Done. Okay. So what did that affect anyway? Oh yeah, so upkeep is influence, so influence goes down a tad, but that will put up biomass. So yeah, we'll put up biomass production, sounds good. Speaking of biomass production, so loyalty's still great, thanks to our Hive Tyrants, that's awesome. So let's start getting some biomass production there. cool. Okay. Still have some influence, so I guess we can keep eating things. Good. And we can build more stuff here. Do we want more biomass? I think we do. Who doesn't want more biomass? I mean, come on. And, wow, you filled up yours. Good. And loyalty's very high here, so I can start getting things like influence and biomass production over here, too. So that's good news. Hopefully this can get us quite a few resources that the other two cities can churn out units for. Maybe I just won't build any recruitment buildings here yet. Just go all in with resource production. Some carnifexes can generate a roaring ball of bioplasma within their bodies and vomit forth the resultant energy as an incandescent goblet of fire. Really? Well. Good for them. Good for them. Also tempted to get into the Broodhorn so I can get carnifex every turn. So I'm going to throw one of those in the queue now. And over here, more biomass. Excellent. And you can eat that too. Good. You sit tight. Let's get more influence. I'll queue up a couple. And yep, you're fine. How are you doing? Good. I do wonder, actually, if I get a Tyranid Prime. That'll be a good thing to have. Will that give extra bonuses to things like loyalty? Because that could be very cool. Let's get a Desiccator Larvae, because that will actually help our Hive Tyrants. What's Gaunt Instincts? Reduces biomass upkeep of infantry. That's actually very good too. That's really nice to have. I'll get that one first though. Just so we remember. Alright, end the turn. Okay, come on. Come on, enemies. Do your thing. I have work to do. Come along. I think there's a war going on. Okay, that's 3 carnifexes. Kinda need more, though. Do need more. Definitely need more. And yeah, population limits are really screwing us here. And wow, influence actually. It's actually losing influence in this area. And is that full? No, there's one more slot we can do. We just don't have any resources. So, I guess 15's the best we can hope for. So let's get another 15 and see if that changed anything. A little bit. More biomass, please. Thank you. Not that we have the population to support it, but, you know. In fact, let's turn off a megafauna sack. It's going to take 2 turns to do that, but I think... it's only really influence this is going to change. I'll just keep it. I'll keep everything turned on. Okay, brilliant. I really do want to get this to like 100 biomass per turn. That's really where I want it. Let's get another 3 slots there. You're already building, and you have no space to build. Okay. Was that only 2 slots? Really? Oh, well, that was silly of me. Alright, I'll grab this one. That's 3 slots then. Cool. Okay, you sit tight as well. That's all fine. Moving on. Got a lot of management in this episode, and the last. But at some point, we're going to start churning out a load of enemies, and that's going to be great. So, how many turns for the next one? It doesn't say, which is very annoying. Oh, I guess we have 17 production. Can I put that higher? That's 3 out of 3, that's 2 out of 3. It doesn't say which one is lacking, which is the annoying bit. If I turn off a megafauna sack. It goes up to 19 if I turn both of them off. God, I can't believe we're on... We need 15, And we only have 13. Maximum of 14. Wow, we actually need to build a hab block. But, you know, not a hab block, or whatever block it is. You know the one. We need to build a whatever block. Alright, there's more 15s around, so I guess you can go over here, grab a 15. You sit tight. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, more biomass. Good. And over here, more biomass. Yeah, we're getting a lot of biomass now, which is really nice to see. Oh my god, the Orcs were defeated. Oh god, what defeated them? Is it going to keep coming this way? The greenskins cannot recover from this one. The corpses, the grots, snots, orcs and squigs are dissolving in reclamation pools, ready to make more Tyranids, but even at a microbial level, the orcoid spores are being consumed by the Tyranids' phage cells. The war stops here. And we have desiccator larvae. Certain Tyranids have thoracic cavities that play host to swarms of parasites. Some of these minute creatures drain their victims' vital fluids, others emit an electrical charge, which plays havoc with enemy vehicles, and others still nestle amongst the foe's armour before exploding in horrific fashion. Versatile is what I'd call them. Okay, let's get another one. But we're getting a lot of Carnifexes. We're getting a lot of them. And we got the Hive Tyrant. But I think we need at least 4 on the front line. And the Hive Tyrant. Because we're going to need to destroy it very quickly. We need to, like... Basically what we'll have to do, we'll have to do this dance, right? Where, you know, say it's this city. We want to move in range, right? As far as we can get, you know, to sort of the back of it in a single turn that lets us attack it. And on the next turn, we want to push it even further to the rear of that, you know, city and attack it again while others come in and fill up the gaps, right? So essentially we want to fill up every single one of these gaps with a Hive Tyrant or a Carnifex and potentially have spares, you know, to fill in the gaps as stuff on this side gets killed by the inevitable rush of Space Marines that return, you know? So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that too, fine. Yeah, get more biomass. I don't know if I do actually just spit out a bunch of Tyranid warriors as well that can charge up this way to, like, keep enemies away from the city. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff up here that I can just waste time with. Even just a bunch of termagants, actually. Upkeep's really low, and I can get a bunch in a single turn. So just spitting out termagants that can just charge up here and waste enemy attacks is probably a really good shout. So I think we are going to do that. Also, I'm going to move that to there. Good. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to try and do. Cool. But yeah, they're just going to take shots. They're just going to soak up damage. That's the plan. So now... I don't entirely know what I want over here. Do I want to start getting things like the Alpha Ovipository or a Brood Nest? I think maybe I do. Nah, not yet. We'll do it later. For now, more influence. Awesome. Because, yeah, population's getting a bit of a problem. In fact, we're going to have to queue up one of those. Yeah, we got everything else. Everything else has stuff in the queue. So we're fine. And then I was going to go with Gort Instincts, wasn't I? Reduce biomass upkeep. Which might actually, if it's down by 1, it might mean that termagants are free. Because their upkeep is only at 1. So it could literally be that termagants are rubbish, but they don't cost anything. In which case I will just have an infinite stream of termagants running out towards the enemy. That's great. I'm totally fine with that. In fact... yeah, you can put the rally point way over there. That's pretty cool. So I will do that at some point. Alright, let's get the Hive Tyrant down here. Oops. Yeah, you go down there. And yep, we got more coming. We got more coming. Yeah, even Tyranid warriors I don't think would be that expensive. And they only take 2 turns. Might be worth getting some Tyranid warriors out in a minute as well. More biomass? Might as well. More biomass? Might as well. Lovely. Okay, that's looking good. All the city's still building, huh? We're good? Yeah, building a hab block, but not a hab block. Building more influence and then also a hab block, but not a hab block. Yeah, things are looking good. Okay, enemies. I'm very worried about what's going on up here, though. This is scary. But if I do need to start just throwing enemies up that way, I think I can. I think I can probably manage that. So I think next turn we're going to push these guys forwards. Because I think this many is probably quite a good amount, especially with like other stuff hanging around. Tyranid warriors are synapse creatures, of course. So they are going to help keep these guys in the fight as well. Because these things aren't synapse creatures, the carnifexes. They do need other stuff nearby to keep them in the fight. You know, to stop their morale from plummeting. So it is something we'll have to deal with. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, you can go over here, carry on grabbing some biomass. Sounds good. You stay where you are, Mr. Tyrant. And you can spit out another Carnifex and gobble up another tile. That one. And, oh, I don't know, more biomass? More biomass. We're getting a lot of biomass. Okay, now let's see if we have free upkeep termagants next turn. We just discovered the Necrons. That's not good. I was just about to go fight something else. The hive mind grumbles with the distress at the sight of the dark metal figures. Not only is this an obstacle that is free from the weapon of fear, not only is it relentlessly powerful, but in death it gives nothing back to the swarm. To fight such a thing is always a loss to the swarm, even when victorious. Better avoided. That's what I was thinking. The hive mind typically maintains close control over its swarms, directing everything save for unconscious actions, but by loosening that control, the smaller organisms can be allowed just enough agency to forage for themselves. Alright, Annihilation Barge. What have you got for me? Annihilation Barge is the Necrons' favoured anti-infantry support platforms. At the Overlord's command, the Annihilation Barge's ancient repulsive sleds are coaxed back into life, and the vehicles accompany the Two Worlds' army to war. Each is armed with a linked pair of Tesla Destructors, enormous energy cannons that fire arcs of crackling lightning and are death to lightly armoured targets. Yeah. So one thing I'd quite like to do is actually get another Hive Tyrant. They will cost a ludicrous amount. Just an upsetting amount. But where we have a second one, we can put up our loyalty again by 8 everywhere, which is huge. That'll give us a bunch more resources. So I think that's what we're going to try and do. Also, in terms of this Annihilation Barge, we might be able to just kill it quickly, but we might just want to run away, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, this thing's quick, so if it's right in front of everything else, whoops, if it's in front of everything else, then maybe it'll run forward, we'll destroy it, and then everything else will lose interest. But I don't know. It's a problem, like a genuine problem for us. Oh yeah, so termagants upkeep is 0.83, so it's a percentage, not a static amount. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's 17% less upkeep, which feels like an odd, quite an odd number to me. But okay. All right, are we ready? Maybe. I wonder if I put the termagants there, are they going to rush back, or will I need to attack something first? I would like to get eyes on things. Would like to get eyes on. We've got more Carnifexes on the way, of course. I do wonder, actually, if the Tyrannocyte is worthwhile for moving the Carnifexes. Like, is it really quick? I don't know how fast it is, but I feel like the Carnifexes aren't... They're not too fast, but they're not too slow either. I mean, 3 isn't terrible. It's not terrible speed, you know? I guess it's pretty standard, but I guess I'm where they need to be. Anyway, let's move down here. Okay, we found the city. We found the city. It is starting to shoot at us. Okay. Is this when we surge forward? I think it probably is. Well, they're taking damage. That's the point. Alright. You there. Rally point. Oh my god, the amount of just Overwatch fire we're going to take from these guys is going to be absurd. So, let's get more of them. Found a Space Marine city. Where other races have cities, the Space Marines have their solitary fortress monastery, a bastion of their kind, part chapel, part armory, where new Adeptus Astartes are recruited and altered using age-old and pitiless techniques devised by the Emperor himself. Cool. Let's get the Mountain in there. Alright, we're moving. We're moving, and we're grooving. I'm not sure I want to move there, because of him. But, hopefully he's busy with all this nonsense, so we'll be fine. Alright, let's have you move into the middle there. You're on your way, which is great. That's not a lot of damage, but I'll try and do it anyway. You know, might as well start attacking. Okay, good. Also wonder if we want a Carnifex up here too. So this stuff can soak up some blows and this thing can actually damage things. I'm not really sure. But he'd better reach the city next turn. Tyrant warriors probably can too. The Malanthrope is going to loiter in the back and eat their delicious forests. Delicious forest. So that's good news. Hive Tyrant can get over there in one turn, easy, obviously. So that's all looking pretty good. Worried about him though. Worried about him. You know, we have just started a war against the Space Marines while the Necrons are creeping up on us. That's dangerous. But if this Alpha Strike works on these guys, we could just pull back, and this whole area will probably just be swarming with Space Marines that no other faction will be able to push through at any, you know, at any decent rate. So this may work out for the best. Or not. Great Hall's been discovered as well. Every fortress monastery contains myriad halls large enough to house several armies, but most have too a Great Hall, centerpiece of a chapter's home. Trophies, relics, and even its most revered spacecraft may be housed within the Great Hall. If the sight of the Great Hall does not reduce a visitor to dumbfounded silence, then it has failed in its purpose. Well, that's good to know. It is quite big, isn't it? It is quite big. Anyway, this is where we're going to end the episode, guys. With a looming attack. Oh, I'm so happy. This is going to be fun. So guys, if you enjoyed this, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.